Welcome to Sound and Communications VIEWpoint. This is part 2 of opportunities for minority-owned businesses in the commercial AV market. Once again, my name is Christina De Bono from ClearTech Media, and this is Catherine Shanahan from Shanahan Sound. So to pick back off from where we were the last part, one of the things that I wanted to explore more was the challenges involved in becoming a minority-owned business designate and some of the obstacles involved.
One of the first challenges is trying to weed through the multiple certifications and designations, trying to find out which one you should go for. The best thing, the fastest thing to do is to call your state, get a hold of the state business development office, talk to them, find a contact in there, and then start talking to them and finding out what is out there, what you should do. That's the first step. Find a number of different mentoring organizations like NABO. You're a member of NABO.
Right.
I'm in NUBO. There's all kind. SBA is the other big one. That's the first challenge, is to find out what you are, what designation works for you. Then the other part of it is to get as many designations as you can. Then comes the next part of the challenge, is once you do that, the paperwork that involved is phenomenal, and again, what we talked about before is staying on top of it. Right. You almost have, the more designations you have, the more people are involved in staying on top of that and making sure those designations are active and that you're on top of what the new rules are if anything changes. So that's a huge challenge. When
you went through your certification, did you find it helpful to engage an outside entity to assist you in this process?
I did it myself, and it wasn't too bad. And when I went for the second designation, it was just as easy because it was almost the same paperwork and the same materials. I just had to repackage it differently. There are a number of organizations out there that say that they can help you through the certification, but I'm also finding out that there's some that aren't very legitimate. So you kind of, again, there's the other challenge. You've got to weed through that and find out who really can help you. It's probably best to start with the state organizations and find out from them if they know of anybody that can help you, or if they have a mentor or a contact or a source in the state business development to help you. There's also SCORE too, which is another organization that does that, and that's all free of charge.
When you reached out to get certifications and to get more information, did you find yourself overwhelmed with the information that you received?
Yes, absolutely. It's mind-boggling how much is out there and all the different designations. Inside of 5 minutes, I came up with 15 different designations. There's designations for the states. Some of the cities and towns have their own designations. Some of the regionals have their own certifications. And there's no designation that's completely federal, that goes across all the boards. Most of it is very fragmented. And you talked about that too.
Well, with that, we're going to go to break and pick back right on this when we return.
Protect your system from getting toasted. Surgex is the world leader in AC power conditioning technologies. When downtime is not an option, rely on Surgex. It's power protection you can trust.
Welcome back, and we're going to continue on our conversation here. So, Catherine, I thought one of the things we could talk about are the other designations that comprise minority-owned businesses, and perhaps some of the challenges and when it's a disadvantage to have a designation in doing business.
I found sometimes it's a disadvantage when you're working with other entities that don't have any of these designations. They find you problematic because you have something they don't have, so therefore you have an advantage they don't have. So there can be tensions. And then you had a good friend of yours that's a disabled American vet.
Yes. In fact, this was feedback that I got from my colleague as well as others who have disadvantaged business enterprise designations, that the laws aren't in fact enforced, and a lot of times having that designation really doesn't mean anything in the overall bid process. And while on the books, entities are mandated to contract out a certain percentage of the work, that really doesn't play out in reality.
No, it doesn't always happen.
Right.
If the entity wants to work with you, they usually will find a way to do it.
Right. And I was going to say that I think that's the most, I think that is probably the most important point here, is that in going after any of these designations, the thing that the client looks for is the relationship.
Absolutely. It's always the relationship. These certifications are still only a marketing tool, and even the state entities will tell you that. It's a marketing tool. It's a way to help you grow your business, but it's not going to guarantee business.
Catherine, I have some experience in this, and I'm sure you have some experience in this as well. But maybe we can talk a little bit about how we actually market that designation and where that message is very well received. And I'll say from my vantage point, a couple of areas that has been so helpful is to really be involved in associations, professional associations who may cater to your designation.
They do that,
and we talked about it's the National Association of Women Business Owners, who have a database of both Fortune 500 companies as well as government agencies who want to do business with our type of designation.
You're right. There are a number of different registries that you can be on. The state, you have to make sure you're on the state list. It's not guaranteed and it's not automatic once you get your certifications. You have to stay on these lists. There's all kinds of directories out there that will keep a running list of all the different entities, all the different businesses that have the specific designations.
Very, very good points. I wanted to also talk, or I think we both want to talk about this, and it's on everyone's mind these days, which is the incredibly challenging economic times that we're facing. And one of the things that I think everyone's eyes are on is what's going to happen next, and how is, for example, the federal stimulus package going to impact our industry, and specifically what opportunities are out there for minority-owned businesses.
There's a number of different parts of the stimulus package there was already, I think, $53 billion right now for education, which is your market, and that's usually one of the first things that they want to take care of. There's all kinds of opportunity in that with installations and with repairs and with just that
because a lot of the funding
video
is being designated specifically for modernization and technology.
And also designated for the small businesses. Entities.
Correct.
So that's a huge thing. Now, the NSCA right now is in the process of setting up on their website to have make it easy for you to weed through some of the stimulus package information as to the price, as to the money and where it's supposed to go, and also the different organizations that you can go and find out more information from.
Well, I think this has been so informative. I wanted to close by encouraging others in our industry to explore these opportunities if you do fit into this category. Thank you very much for joining us for Sound and Communications Viewpoint. Again, my name is Christina De Bono. I'm with ClearTech Media.
Catherine Shanahan with Shanahan Sound.
Thank you very much.